With the Black Clover anime winding down to an ending, I was hoping to wait till I had all the footage for this, so that's why this video took so long to make. Welcome to the history of anti-magic. A while ago I did an anti-magic video explaining what it was, but we didn't know the full story behind it, now we do. And with that, I'm ready to make a full video about it, explaining the history of it and the demon Libe. But to do that, we're going to go into a little bit of detail about what devils in Black Clover actually are. Devils are beings that reside in the underworld, a second dimension in Black Clover that houses forbidden mana and a lot of powerful shit. In the various floors of hell at the very top, there is this portal to the human world from the demon world, though demons can't exactly leave it. And because of that, many demons try to escape because the human world's full of fun shit they can fuck with, and they're demons. What do you expect? Demons have a hierarchy system based off of power, with the strong stepping on the weak, and the weak stepping on the even weaker, and at the very bottom of that existed Libe. Libe is this young demon child who did not possess an ounce of magic, and because of that, he was stepped on by literally everything. One day, a more powerful devil just threw him at the gate to the human world, though since he didn't have an ounce of mana in him, thinking he'd die, ended up actually getting transported to, well, again, the human world. With no warning, he was just there, in assumingly Hodge Village. The devils were understandably hated by humans, considering all the shit they have in legend alone, so you can imagine how this kid was treated. Attacked relentlessly by adults and members of the human race, Libe was left to die in the woods alone before being saved by a woman named Lictia. Lictia is a young woman who has a very familiar disease, one that if you know Henry, you know the disease. It causes her to passively actively absorb all mana in the area, including life force. Because of that, her son has no magic. Yeah, this is Ozda's mother, by the way. She also has actually kind of an interesting magic ability. So her magic attribute is unknown, but she has the ability to take things that have no mana and store them away in objects that have no mana. For example, storing trees in a little jug. And she, through coincidence or fate, also found Lick's old 5-leaf clover grimoire, Damage to Time. Bit of history on that. To not make you go watch another video, basically Lick was the former leader of the elves who wielded the very powerful sword magic. Sword magic is, unsurprisingly, magic through special swords made by the user or enchanted by the user. And this includes the Demon Slayer, Destroyer, and Dweller. These are better known as Ozda's 3 primary anti-magic swords, at least before we get to the Demon Slasher Katana during the Dark Triad arc. Because of Libe's lack of mana, she was able to carry him in a small jug, and because he's a devil and has unique strange constitution, her disease does not affect him. Feeling a kinship with this devil boy due to their equally hated natures, as, again, her disease drains the magic and life force of anything that's alive, she declares it fate and asks him to be her son, and considering the fact that he's never really felt love, let alone any form of compassion in his entire life, he does what everyone would expect and agrees. An undisclosed amount of time passes, but it's at least a few weeks, and Libe has this incredible mother-son bond with Lictia. It's actually rather adorable. She declares that just because you're a devil doesn't mean you're a bad guy, something her son would later echo in his lead up to the battle with Libe, and the two of them continue bonding until one day, out of nowhere, a high-ranking devil, Luciferio, presumably the devil that threw him to the human world, appears to have been just hiding in Libe. Trying to take over the young devil's body, Libe resisted as best he could, but this is a high-ranking devil, and a scary one at that. Luciferio effortlessly held his power over Libe, and despite her best efforts and taking a mortal wound, was unable to stay contained in the young devil and was ripped away by the mother. She refused to let go, flashing back and seeing the memories of when she left Ozda at the priest's doorstep. Luciferio stabbed his hand through her chest, but ultimately did falter as she absorbed way too much of his magic to stick around. She declares, "This boy is not yours," and sends him back to hell, which is probably one of the most badass things in the series considering she's a normal human with no special powers. Afterwards, she tells him on her deathbed essentially, grow up and become really strong, before using her magic to seal him in Lick's grimoire. Libe had this unrending amount of hatred towards the devil race. He wanted to destroy them all. He declares he's gonna kill them all, even if he has to take over Asa's body to do so, and he's really gonna go through with it. Now, Asa's key reading says otherwise, but honestly, I think he would have done it. Asta was able to tell through Ki that this kid had an unbearable amount of sadness, hatred, malice, and rage. And yeah, he did. He had so much hatred he made anti-magic a thing. Resting in the grimoire over those long 15 years with no one but himself, Libe apparently just created anti-magic due to his unique constitution, access to a form of energy which is magic, and just pure raw anger. It seems the devil's constitution allowed him to literally give birth to a new form of energy on will alone. It was the will of 15 years of pure hatred, but still, that's kind of impressive. A little bit after he manifested anti-magic, the grimoire found Asta, and the story is set in stone by then. After several, just so many hard-fought battles on his own, Asta eventually managed to meet with Libe for the first time in preparation to train to fight the Spade Kingdom. Considering the fact that I told you how angry Libe was on his own, it did not go well. Though Libe possessed an incredible amount of power, at the end of the day, he only has anti-magic against the kids without magic, so it was a lot more even than it seemed at first. Wielding Captain Yami's katana that was turned to an anti-magic sword for the final slash against Dante of the Dark Triad, Asta battled off Libe. Holy shit, the animation was so good in that fight. Like, they turned a one-chapter fight into this epic, 8-minute long battle with an extended Haruka Mirai. It's, so good. Sorry, that is so off topic, but I love that fight so much. Honestly, that's the entire reason why this video took so long. I wanted to wait to use that fight, and I did not know how far they would take it, but holy shit, I'm happy I waited. Libe battled Asta and did everything he could to stop him, but as Asta stated, he's not just a kid without magic who is just magicless. He's a kid who has fought countless powerful warriors. Using Captain Yami's katana, he managed to defeat Libe using everything he learned across the entire series to this point, mimicking their moves and acting in ways that he only could have done through fighting. Managing the final blow against Libe, Asta declared, "Yeah, I'm not gonna make you be my servant. I'm gonna be your friend. You can't be all bad, right?" Yeah, Austin's still a shonen protagonist, let's not forget that. After Asta's victory against Libe, Noct, the vice captain of the, Black and the Bulls, I'm gonna make an entire video on him, he's fucking awesome. After knocking the hell out of Libe, started training the two of them for Devil Union, which is basically their equivalent of Spirit Dive, on steroids. From that point on, Asta was starting working with Libe, as Libe became a small devil familiar on his shoulder, and Noct told him, "You made the right choice, but people who aren't right aren't always rewarded." Using his own Devil Union mode with his first demon, Canis, Noct ended up beating the hell out of them for about 2 days straight. Declaring that it's no use, you two are gonna have to die, the two of them were shoved into his monozone dark prison hunting ground, and Canis went fucking wild. Pushed to the edge, Asta and Libe both declare their drives. I've gotta save Captain Yami, and I'm going to avenge Lictia. I can't die. But also, I can't let this guy die either. For a brief moment, their power absolutely just destroys all of the dark prison hunting ground, and completely saves the day from, Captain Noct killing them. They even destroyed his Devil Union, or undid it for a section, even though they missed him and didn't hit him head on. Yeah, Devil Union's basically what happens when a demon that exists within your world and not giving you their power through Grimoire in the underworld joins with you. To put it simply, it is 100% absolute power. Following this, the Spade Kingdom was invaded by the Clover Kingdom. They were attempting to save Captain William and Captain Yami. This went easier said than done. The Spade Kingdom managed to open up the first level of hell, however, and sent one of their massive ancient demons. I know it's not actually hell, but give me this. An ancient demon that started attacking the Clover Kingdom, very familiar to what Licht looked like when he separated his soul into those gems, and all the Meta Knights tried to stop it. Using combined forces, the Wizard King managed to come back to his full strength for even a good minute, but this didn't last, and ultimately they were at the mercy of this powerful devil. Zenon, in his fight with Yuno, started talking some pretty big shit, and Yuno said, "Oh, it's no big deal. They've got him." After this, while a massive charge attack was being prepared, Austin Lee basically showed up and destroyed the demonic power. They declare, "Let's go Devil Union," and the two of them enter one of the most badass transformations in the series. With only 5 minutes to use their full power, Asta and Libe go to work, and they kill this thing with Libe's shadow covering all of the Clover Kingdom. At first, they think, it's another demon coming to kill them, but no, people start setting the record straight that it's Asta here to save the day. With the entire kingdom cheering him on, he destroys this thing and ends up paying homage to who he wants to truly be. Pushing Master's limits, he rends this thing in half, and then his Devil Union pops out, because, yeah, he has a time limit for that. Noct is on the edge of death, but Asta shows up and basically saves the day. Again, because it's Asta, that's what you gotta do. Fighting two high-ranking demons with Devil Fire and Devil Ice magic, he starts handing them their asses before using a combination of his three main swords, now amplified by Devil Union. The Demon Destroyer, now amplified, rends one of the demon's abilities before he cuts one of them in half with the now amplified Demon Slayer. The two of them merge together and throw an entire fucking sun at the kid, and he just bats it back with the Demon Slayer, full power, this thing growing to the size of a building or a fucking mountain. After deflecting it, he then draws the Demon Dweller and starts going to town, ripping it apart before attacking them, ending the fight. Libe, feeling rather cocky, tells the Supreme Devil, who is starting to freak out that this mere human is catching up to them, tells him that thing you're feeling for the first time is fear. And then he cuts him in half and ends the fight. Like before, they manage to end the fight just before their Devil Union splits in half. With that said, Asta and Libe are awesome. That's the history of anti-magic and a bit of an update on my anti-magic lore video, as I missed quite a few things, and a lot of really cool things happened these past few chapters. I think it's a real testament to Tataba's writing ability that he can make characters who are basically brand new and have them automatically become fan favorites. Noct, Lictia, and Libe are all brand new characters essentially. They only came out in the past 30-ish chapters, and the fandom is already in love with them. Noct's story is also really interesting, so I'm really excited to do a video about him. Let me know in the comments below how you thought about this video, and I'm excited to say that I'm now becoming a part-time student in the following semester. Because of that, I'm gonna put more work into this. Expect some new voice acting content as well, because, well, I'm a voice actor as well, for those of you who don't know. Amateur hour, but still, and I'm gonna try and become better. Because of that, I'm excited to start working on that as well. Please like, comment, subscribe, leave ideas in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. It's Lightning Anime, signing out.